So here's the student panel. These are all UMass Boston students. They're sophomores, juniors, and seniors. Now for the seniors in the audience, this is really important for you. These guys are going to tell you their experience, their first year experience, and the experience of transitioning from high school to college and what supports they needed and how to navigate through that process. So I'll start by asking each of our panel members a question to get the conversation started, and then I'll open it up to you guys to ask a couple of questions. Yes, so once I ask a question, you guys can introduce yourself, say your name and your major and your year before you answer the question. Okay, so first question, and we're gonna start with Kati. What is the best way to prepare for college while in high school?
Hi, I'm Kati. I am a senior. I'm a music major here at UMass. The best way to prepare for college while you're in high school is just to stay on top of things. When you lag behind, that creates a habit so that when you get to college, you're going to continue to lag behind. So if you're already in high school and you're on top of your stuff and you're getting assignments in on time and you're not procrastinating, when you get to college, you're going to remember that, and it's just going to be how you are for the rest of your 4 years.
Thank you. Yep, you can answer.
Hi everyone, I'm Natalie, and I am a sociology major here. So best way to prepare for college while in high school is, well, I mean, for me, I started researching colleges pretty young. I was in, I believe, 7th grade when I started the whole process, like the essay, everything. And it's hard because, you know, it's senior year, and mostly senior year, and when you're really going through the college process, and so you're really used to like, oh, it's just senior year, but you have to understand that like with the college process, it's a lot. Like you have to send your financial aid packages, you have to get your college essay done, you have to submit all your applications on time, so it's a whole process. If you don't stay on top of that, you're most likely not going to get a lot of things done, and you might not be able to submit all the applications to the colleges you'd want to go to.
Hi, my name is Fatih. I'm a biology major, minor in chemistry. This is my last year. I'm a senior, so yay. So to answer this question is the best way to prepare for college. For me, it was while you're in high school, try to challenge yourself, like getting yourself into AB classes. I did dual enrollment while I was in high school. That really helped me a lot because I was able to transfer a lot of credits on my freshman year, and that actually helped me save a semester. So I'm graduating now, semester early. So that's really a wonderful way to do it. And also to help you prepare for like the application process and whatnot, you can join like programs like Bottom Line, which really helped me because I'm the first generation to apply to college. So those programs will really stay with you even through college, counseling, advising, financial aid, everything you need. So they will be there with you through the process. But other than that, really best of luck. Just try your best, stay on top of your games, try to be organized. And also when you get into college, try to surround yourself with like sophomores, if you're freshmen or seniors. That really helped me because they're mature enough to tell you when you're lacking around, you know, like, okay, stop. This is the time to study, and you will be more disciplined in the way. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Haida, and I'm an electrical engineering major. And my best advice I would give you to prepare for college is find a program that prepares you for the ACT or SAT. These are really hard and challenging tests, and they're tests that you should prepare ahead of time, like a year or 2 years. These tests, if you prepare enough for, you'll definitely get a good score when you retake it multiple times. And definitely motivate yourself a lot. High school, for some people, is challenging, and when it gets tough, definitely challenge yourself and motivate yourself further, because that will come handy in college as well.
Hi everyone, my name is Movell Meitang, and I would say one thing to very take advantage of is the scholarship. I know me coming from Dorchester Academy, anyone who's been around the Dorchester area. First of all, I started at Brockton High School, and I transferred back here because of soccer. And moving back to Dorchester Academy, I didn't think it was a school. I mean, because it was a high school where a lot of students that they couldn't place them anywhere around any other school around the Boston area. They would just dump them in there, and most of them were very smart students, but they just weren't taking advantage of what the school was offering. And what I've noticed is I was paying attention to those little details. So another addition to that is you got to make sure that you understand what the school is offering, know what the value of it would be bringing you at the end, because if I wasn't for those scholarships that I didn't know about, I mean, one of my teachers just came in and told me, hey, there's a scholarship. I was like, there's a scholarship for just being in class? I did not know that. If you pass a class with an A, you can get a scholarship in that class, because there was someone who was, graduate from the school who would put a scholarship for students taking the class. So I think those little scholarships that are around there are very important, and it would, take away from a lot of expenses that you will have to bring in as you go into college. So take advantage of the scholarship, I would say.
Hello. All right. So my name is Julian, and I am a senior at UMass Boston. I'm an English major. And one of the things that'll help you best prepare for college is learning time management skills. When you're in high school, a lot of your schedule is structured for you, and in college, you don't really have that. So you really need to be on top of your schedule yourself. You set your class schedule. You need to set time when to study. If you have a job, even if you want to have time for friends, it's such a different environment that keeping on track, like schedules or planners, really helps.
Hi, my name is Jasia, and I'm an undeclared major. I would say the best way to prepare for college is, I cannot stress this enough, keep up your GPAs. Because I've had a lot of friends that struggle to keep up a GPA of a 3.0 and wanted to major in nursing. But nursing, you need to have a required GPA of like a 3.7 or higher. And so if you don't have that GPA, you're not going to move forward to getting that major. And so I would just really prepare, and I know high school is really hard, but really prepare yourself and keep up the work that teachers are giving you, and try to study, and yeah.
Thank you, guys. So we're going to ask them one more question. I'll ask them one more question, and then you guys can have a chance to ask a couple. So one question, how did you decide on the college you chose? How did you guys decide on UMass Boston? And we could start with Jasia at this time.
I remember going on an orientation here with my mom in like the 10th grade, and I don't know, I think all of a sudden, like when I saw the campus, I automatically wanted to go here. I thought it was a big campus, nice size, a lot of diversity, and I thought it was just interesting where there was like different buildings for different majors, and you were able to seek out opportunities that you never knew that you can seek out for.
So I decided to go to UMass Boston because I had a list of colleges in the area, and I had a list of criteria that I wanted. I wanted a school that was affordable. I wanted a school that was in the area. I wanted to stay close to home. And I can commute easily here. I really like the environment here. And it's challenging, so it kind of fit all three of the criteria that I had.
For me, it was a hard path, I guess. I was trying to get to a school. I'm a student athlete. I was a student athlete. I was trying to get to a school where I can actually, play sport. I was trying to play soccer. Prior to that, I played for a lot of, semi-professional league. I was well-rounded. I had a lot of trips where I thought if I go to college, I can utilize the skills. But unfortunately, a lot of, I applied for, Northeastern, one of the schools that was looking, to get me into the school. The coach was very nice, but unfortunately, I didn't make it to that school. I went to a trial and everything. I managed to go to Fishburg, for maybe just a day end to just camp in there. They had a recruiting day, and see how the school was. And then through that transaction, I figured it was just not the best fit for me. Then I realized that if I'm not going to make it to either one of these schools, I might as just go to a school that, even if it's Division III or Division II, I didn't care at that point. I just wanted to go to a college that can accept me and I can, at least have a good academic. So deciding to come to UMass was because, they had a great soccer team that I wanted to be a part of. I played my freshman year and my sophomore year, and then somehow my junior year, I decided to stop. And then I also wanted to, go to a school that has a great business school, and UMass, had that opportunity that they were offering. So I came to UMass, and I was on this side of my freshman year, unfortunately, because I was not aware of the GPA, as mentioned earlier, the GPA requirement to be in a college of management, so that was a struggle for me. And I didn't meet, the GPA was there, but I didn't meet that GPA requirement. So I had to stay and go for an Africana study major, which was something that I didn't actually particularly want to do. And then I transferred later on, so it was the major and as well as the school that has a great, great sport team that I can actually play for, that actually pushed me to come to UMass. Right.
What UMass Boston stood out to me is the diversity here. The diversity, you meet people from around the world, not just people from Boston. That's what I thought originally, but you meet people from India, Japan, and so on. And that's what makes, UMass Boston a great community here. Meeting people from around the world is eye-opening. To learn about them, to learn about their background is something that, everybody needs to learn about others. And I really like the community here as well. I feel comfortable here. It feels like home, It feels like me. I'm a Muslim, and there's so many people Muslims here, so many people I can connect with, and it's just a great community, Yeah.
So I was able to get into a lot of schools, most of my probably like 5 first options, but I chose UMass Boston because mainly, yes, I get a scholarship, thankfully. And also, if you're majoring in sciences, this is a wonderful school because you have a lot of options. We have like the science building, we have the integrated science building, which you have a lot of interactions, a lot of research facilities going on. I'm currently in cancer research, which I've been doing an internship at Dana-Farber for a year and then transferred it here. And I was able to get published through that. So if you really want to flourish your interests in science, this is the school for you. Yes, and also the diversity. We have a lot of communities here, and you're able to join a lot of organizations, expand your wings, not just to come here for classes. I know it's not a dormant school, but now we do have the dorms, wonderful. But you have a lot of options in this school, and that's what drew me into this school.
So I went here for a few reasons. The main one was just, it was practical. I literally lived 10 minutes away from JFK UMass Station, so there was no point in me trying to commute 2 hours to like UMass Lowell or something. And also, it was affordable for me. I think enough to the point where the school gave me extra money, so I actually got paid to go here. But another thing is like I was here during my high school career for the summer, and going around, like coming here back every summer, I just felt like it was right because it felt like home eventually. And of course, my parents don't like letting me go too far. So, this was the best option for me. Besides affordability, there is a lot of people here that I know. I know some of the professors here. My sister actually teaches here, fun fact. Basically, I just felt like, this would personally for me be the right choice.
So deciding on what college you want to go to is really all about your preference. Like, don't pay attention to where your friends are going and what your your parents have a good influence on you, but it's really about what you want and what interests you the most. So when I decided on going to UMass Boston, I actually had another school that I was like, I have to go there. And then I decided to go visit the school, and it was after I visited that I realized that that's not what I wanted. So make sure that you visit the school, that you don't only visit on tour days, but you visit like on your own so that you can see how the school really is and not how they portray it to you. That's really important. And pay attention to not only like, oh man, that school is going to be so expensive. Like, you can apply for scholarships. You can fight for some financial aid. Like, don't think that something is too high for you. There are always ways that you can achieve what you want. This school, like they said, is really diverse, not even just culturally, but age-wise, religiously. It's so diverse that there are so many different people. Like, I will take a class, and there would be a student who's way older than me, and then another student who's younger than me. And the perspectives are great, especially in classes like that are heavily on like philosophy and things like that. Like, it's just a good debate-wise because there's so many like different people. But yeah, I was just walking around UMass, and I'm just like, wow, like there's so many different people here. And then I saw people that looked like me, or like it wasn't that I was just like the only person. And then professors that were similar to me. So pay attention to the things that you like. Like, don't compromise what you want, because you're gonna be here for 4 years.
Thank you. That's awesome. Thank you. Okay, so you guys can ask questions. We'll take a few. We only have about 10 minutes, so we'll take a few questions. Go ahead. You had your hand up. So she asked, when you were picking a college, was it stressful for you? Who wants to answer?
I mean, most definitely. I think making any decision, especially where you're going to be spending not the rest of your life, but like we're spending like the next 4 to 6 years of your life at, it's definitely difficult because you want to make sure that, you are getting a proper education, you're going to be happy there, obviously, and that you're going to be able to, just have a good time there because, again, 4 to 6 years of your life. I mean, come on, that's a pretty good amount of your life right there. And so, I guess I can tell you how you can deal with that. It all depends on, I guess, what you look for and what you prioritize and what you look for in a school. So some people will look at, diversity. Some people look at majors. Some people look at class sizes. It all varies, but really it's up to you. And like, I know it's stressful and all, but at the end of the day, you know yourself the best out of anyone, and so I'm pretty sure you guys are going to make the right decision when it comes to picking your colleges.
Do we have another question? Oh. Go ahead. How long did the college essay take? To write? The application you're talking about, right?
I wrote a few drafts. I had somebody help me. It didn't take long. Actually, my final essay took me like 2 days to write because at that point I knew that's only because I really like to write. But for some other people, it might have been like, I don't know what to write about. Have somebody help you write the essay. If you can't think of what you want, like if you really have somebody else driving into your mind, like, so that they can guide you into what you want to write about. Because sometimes you just don't know.
Yeah. I think someone else wanted to add. Yeah.
So for me, it took a while. I'm not a strong writer. I started actually in my junior year. I just wrote what came to my mind first. Then second thing, I checked it with my, English teacher. Then I revised it a couple of times. So I had like 10 drafts really. And at my senior year, that's when, like in the summer of when I was going to my senior year, that's where I made it very perfect. So the big advice I would give you on the Common App essay is just stay on one topic and stick that. Just keep talking about it. What I had struggled with is sticking to the point. I was just all over the place, but the more time you spend on it, the best. If you spend, it depends on the person. For me, I spent more time on it. It came out really great. Some students, spend a little bit of time and it's very perfect. So I'll just suggest you start it really early.
Thank you. Go ahead. Talk loud.
I'll answer on that. So for me, it was actually almost decided because I really always wanted to. I knew I was going to do pre-med as I came in, and also what helped me most of the time was I was placed in Freshman Success Community, an organization that you're placed based on your major in your first year, and they help you with a lot of things. They put you in labs the first year, the first semester. I know it's a little bit more work, but they really help you explore your options if that's the right major for you. And I was able to visit hospitals, shadow all the first year just to see if that was the right thing for me. Preferably, still want to do oncology. So just explore out there, decide. The earlier, the better. I know a lot of people who are undecided in their junior year. That's not going to work on your preference. So just do your research. Your first year is okay to be undecided.
Marco?
I definitely agree. I know I wanted to be a nurse and a doctor and changed my mind so many times throughout high school, but I took dual enrollment classes in senior year, and I took an anatomy class, and I knew that science was not for me. And so sometimes when you take certain classes, you need to ask yourself if you want to continue and move forward to taking these kinds of similar classes. And it's not always bad to still think about what you want to do in life, or even pick a major, as she said. You can always do undeclared first and then explore your classes and see what class you are interested in.
Yeah, I did the same thing too. Like I said earlier, when I first came in, I thought I wanted to go directly to the College of Management, which was business related. I didn't really know the focus into what particular area I would focus my concentration on, but I really wanted to get into College of Management. But unfortunately, for the first few years, I was in another department, so I decided to switch that and go and declare, for that first year until I meet my required GPA. So I took a couple pre-classes, that were required for me to meet those requirements. So it took a couple of times just to get there, but I think if you just stick to the goal and you stick to actually what you wanted to study, I know me personally, I was doing a lot of networking, I was doing a lot of business-oriented activities with a lot of different people when I was in high school, so I was getting out of my comfort zone, basically meeting and interacting with different people, that were at big organizations or big departments, just so I can get an experience of what it means to be in that business world. And I realized that, after a while, I have to, make sure that I get to my goal. So I got through the whole requirement and made it to the College of Management. Now, mind you, I was a student athlete, and it was very difficult trying to transition from those two things. And so you really have to, decide what you actually want to do. So it took me until my sophomore year for me to actually make everything happen. And again, you're not rushing to any finish line. Just make sure you take your time. Make sure you understand what you're actually trying to actually accomplish. As mentioned earlier, just be perseverant about your goals and understand the value of what you want to actually do in life, because that's going to actually bring you a lot of excitement, and you actually enjoy what you do on campus and outside of campus.
Thank you. Oh, sure.
I came in as a communications major, and now I'm a music major, but that was only because I didn't like it. right? So whatever major you choose, make sure that you actually enjoy it. Like even if it's hard, but you enjoy it. So that's something that motivates you to do it. Because if you don't like what you're studying, you're not going to be motivated to do any work, right? So as a communications major, I was like, I don't like what I'm learning here. Like, I don't want to read this book. I don't want to study this. So don't study it. Do something that you actually like so that it motivates you to want to graduate in this specific field.
Thank you. I think we're running out of time. It's 1:30 now. But thank you very much to our student panelists. You guys had great questions. And that's it.